Hello, family, and welcome to Kami Ideas. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. In today's video, I want us to clarify some misconceptions, okay? Some myths about nursing and marriage. So stay tuned and let's learn together. So, the first thing I want to say, or the first myth I've been hearing is they say nurses don't like to marry. And this, in fact, it can't really be true because marriage marriage is an institution. It's just like school. You can decide to go to school or not. Nobody can force you to do that. All right. It's not everyone who's ready to commit to the institution of marriage. So it isn't just about the profession. It can happen like it's personal thing. There are people who are not nurses and they are single, they are not married. So what do you have to say about that? So with the issue of marriages, like nurses don't marry and all that, it's a fallacy. And some people are even of the notion that they had the originator of nursing, who is Florence Nightingale, never got married. So many nurses do not like to marry, especially the females, which is not true. It's a myth. So don't get scared that if you become a nurse, you will marry into, or because of that, you don't want to go into the nursing profession. This is a myth and it's people personal decisions. It is not about nursing. It is personal decision by which can be taken by anybody. Yeah. The second myth is people are saying that due to the nursing schedule, we are so busy that we don't have time for our partners. Marriage is between two people who have come together and they really understand what they do. Okay, you take into consideration what your partner does, and then you come into agreement that you're going to marry. So before you even get married, you know the nature of this person's occupation, okay? And then you work your ways out to make time for one another. So if it's about busy schedule, I don't think nursing profession is the busiest job you ever find yourself in, which is it is not, okay? There are people who are in other jobs. For instance, you're a banker, you leave in the morning and come in the evening. But nurses, we run shift. We have morning shift, afternoon, and night. So you have some time in between the day to plan yourself or plan your time. So when it comes to the issue about time, it is not about nursing, okay? It's just about people and how you schedule your whole life, okay? To make time for, if you want to make time for something, you definitely have time for it. The third thing I've heard is this one. Someone actually approached me. Someone asked me that they heard that, or she heard that, if you are a nurse, you're not supposed to send your children to the workplace. If not, if you are caught, you'll be sacked or something like that. So the nursing profession laws are so rigid and blah blah blah. I explained to the person and I said, with the issue of nurses not sending or taking their worth to the workplace, it's not that it's a very rigid law that when you are caught, you will be sacked or something like that. It isn't that stern, okay? It isn't that serious as you've heard. The reason is um, children have low immunity, okay? They don't have a stronger immunity, let me put it that way, like adults. So, and you know, in the hospital setting, people come with different airborne diseases and all that, and you bring your child to the workplace, and you know the nursing setting is in like an office where you just sit down. It's not like just paper all the time. You are working with people who are sick with different conditions. Sometimes you have to protect yourself to avoid picking up infection from people, and then you go with your child, a toddler, a baby. All right, the child will end up getting infection from the unit. So it's just about infection prevention, okay? So it isn't that it is against the law, that it's for your own good. This one is very funny, okay? People are saying that a nurse marrying a colleague nurse is very difficult, or we do not like to marry our colleague nurses. See, when it comes to issue of marriage, it's more personal. It's just between you and your God, okay? When you fall in love with somebody, you even forget of, sometimes you don't even consider those things. The person's occupation, yeah, is it going to make time for me? Human beings, please, it's a myth. It's not true. A doctor marrying a doctor, is it what you haven't heard before? A banker getting married to a banker. So what do you have to say about that one? So these things are myths. See, if you're married, you get married, you have to make your marriage work. Marriage is work. It's not just luxury, all right? So it has got nothing to do with the nursing profession. You can marry your colleague nurse and your marriage will be perfect. So this is what I have to share with you today. Stay tuned and then see you some other time.